today's video, I'm going to teach you how to make a bag like this. I have a stitch that I've designed. I call it the grapevine stitch. And you'll see on the inside looks the same as the outside. We use just a basic pattern. I'll show you how to make the base and how to come directly up into this. I've made my own little attachment. I had an old coat that had a tightener at the bottom of it, one of the bungee tighteners that you can loosen up or you could pull tight to close. Really nice bag. And the stitch makes this a very thick bag. You don't even need to use a double strand to make it stable and thick. Make a great backpack. You can make bracelets with this pattern. You can make a lot of things. It's a little basket that I made, and I will also do a video tutorial to show you how to make the top, which is almost like a pie pinch border. And for this basket handle, I just took some pipe cleaner and I twisted it together to make it stable. Got a little Easter basket as well, and I can remove this as well because I just hooked it around. You wouldn't want to use a bright color like I did here because then it shows up on the inside there, but then you have your nice little basket. I got another bracelet that I made with this. So just some fun things that you can make with this pattern. The stitch makes a beautiful pattern. So now to get started, we're going to do our very basic base here. I am using, for this one, I am using Bernat Super Value. This color is Dark Heather, and I like this better than I like the Red Heart Super Saver, but I do like the Red Heart too. I mean, this just for some, it's just a softer blend. I got a little knot here. I'm just going to clip this real quick. And I'm working with a J-hook. So we are going to be using, or I am going to be using for this video, a 6mm hook. I'm going to start with a magic circle. Wrap once around, wrap twice around, and then just hold that other yarn right here with your finger. Come up into the center of that between the crisscross. Pull this yarn under and twist your hook up, and then we're going to come back around and grab this yarn right here and pull it through that loop. And there's our magic circle. And we're going to start by chaining 2. Now we're not going to use our chain 2 in our count, so we will always chain 2, but that will never count. We're going to work 12 double crochet into our magic circle, so we're going to go directly into that circle, and we're going to make 12 double crochets. And you might have to tighten it up along the way just a little bit, just to keep it workable. That's the nice thing about a magic circle, is you can kind of adjust it how you need to as you're working. I'll do a couple more and then I'll quick count. where I'm at. 9, and 12. Okay, now we should have 12 stitches in our circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plus our chain. So don't count that chain as one of your stitches. You just pull that tail tight to close up your circle. And then we're going to go ahead and join into the top of that first double crochet there. Now, just to be real clear, real quick, there's a lot of patterns that will tell you to join to the top of the chain 3 or 2, to the top of your chain at the beginning. The reason we're doing this is we're going to make this a very seamless base so that we're not really able to see where we started our circle. So I'm going to join to the top of that first double crochet with a slip stitch. And let me just show you real quick on our bag. And this will give you a good idea of what I'm talking about, or even on the basket, because this is a little smaller. But if you can see with the lighting, here's the base for our basket. And it's really nice because you can't see where we really started the basket. It's all pretty seamless there. Now, if we were joining the top of the chain 2 that we're working, then you're going to see a gap in one end of this somewhere. So that's why we are not counting our chain for this. Now for our second round, we're going to chain 2. And we'll start this round with an increase, and then actually this entire round will be an increase. So into this same stitch right here as our chain, we're going to work 2 double crochets into that same one. Okay, and then you'll work an increase in each of your stitches around, so 2 double crochets into each stitch around to give you a total of 24, because we had a total of 12 double crochets in the beginning. And so you will end this round with 24 double crochets and your chain. Each row that we do will increase our row by 12 stitches. So you want to remember we started out with 12, so we're going to increase each round by 12 stitches. So these baskets, you can make them as small as you like, you can make them as large as you like. If you wanted to make a wine bottle holder, you can make it smaller. Obviously you would want to make it smaller. If you want to make what I've made, a bag or a basket, our total stitches are going to go to 72 for our base. So you can adjust it however you like for size, for the size you need. If you want to make a smaller basket, you can go down to a total of 48 stitches or 60 stitches, or you can go beyond the 72 stitches. Just go up. You'll be at 84 total stitches if you go up to another row past what we did. Just 12 beyond. So we should have 2 more we're working here. Okay, I'm just going to real quick do a count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, plus our chain. And then we will join to that first double crochet with a slip stitch. There we go. Okay. So now we start round 3. Each of our rounds are going to start with an increase. So you will work 2 double crochets into your starting chain space on each of these. So we're going to work first, we'll do our chain 2, and then we're going to work an increase right into this same space. Now for round 3, we're going to work into our next space, we're going to work 1 double crochet. In this round, we're going to increase every other stitch. So we've done 1, now we're going to do an increase in the next stitch. We started our row with an increase, we've worked 1 double crochet into the next, increased into the next, then we'll do 1 double crochet into this one, the following, and then increase into the next, and then we'll work 1 double crochet and increase. Go ahead and pause your video now, and then when you restart your video, we will be at the end, closing up round 3. Okay, now we're coming up to the end of round 1, 2, 3, round 3, and I just worked a double crochet 2 times into the same stitch. I just worked an increase, and then I'm going to work 1 to keep up with the pattern here. Next I'm going to work 2, or an increase, 2 double crochets. And my last stitch is going to be my 1 double crochet. So at the end of round 3, you're going to have a total of 36 stitches. We're going to join into the top of that first double crochet with a slip stitch to complete that round. Just remember, in these rows, we're not going to end on an increase on any of our rows, but we're going to start with an increase on all of our rows. So for round 4, we're going to chain 2. Again, we're going to work our increase into that first stitch, the same as the chain. Only on this round, we're going to work 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches before we work our next increase. So we're going to work 1, and then into the next stitch we're going to work 1, and then into the next stitch we're going to work our increase. We're going to work 2 double crochets into this stitch. And then we're going to have a little knot in our yarn here. Let me grab this real quick. So our pattern continues. We will have, let me just make sure that this is focused in here. We're going to work 1 double crochet into each of our next 2 stitches, and then an increase into our following stitch. So 2 double crochets into this stitch. Continue this around. Go ahead and pause the video, and I will meet you on the other side. Okay, now we're coming into the end of our round 4. As you can see here I just finished working my increase and then 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches. I will work another increase and then 1 double crochet into my last 2 stitches. Okay, so at the end of round 4 you will have a total of 48 stitches, and we will just join again into the top of that first double crochet with a slip stitch. Now if you're really looking, you can see where you've started this bag here just because of slip stitches, but really this is so closed up, it's nice and full, so you're not going to be able to tell at the end of the day. So we now begin round 5 with 2 chains, working an increase or 2 double crochets into that same space as our chain. And for round 5, we are going to be working 1 double crochet into each of our next 3 stitches. So by now you should be able to see what we're doing here. We are moving up our single double crochets by 1 for each row. So we'll be increasing after 3 double crochets. Now we'll do our increase here. One double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then 2 double crochets. Do that one more time, and then you can pause the video and we will meet up at the other side. So we're doing 1 double crochet into each of our next 3. And then an increase in our 4th. Okay, so just repeat that pattern around. 1 double crochet in each of the next 3, and then 2 double crochets or your increase in the 4th. You'll just continue that around to the end. You will end this row with 1 double crochet into each of your last 3 stitches. Join to the top. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, we're coming into the end of our row 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We just completed 1 double crochet into 3 stitches. Now we're going to increase into this next stitch. And then we're going to work our last double crochets. 1 double crochet into each of our last 3 stitches. Okay, join to the top of that first double crochet in your row, and after you finish round 5 you will have a total of 60 stitches. Now at this point we are going to go on one more round for our bag. We're going to go up to 72 stitches total for what we're making. So for round 6 we are going to chain 2, work our increase into that same space as our chain 2, so 2 double crochets into that space, and then we're going to work 1 double crochet into each of the next 4 stitches This is going to allow us to increase this round by 12 at the end. Okay, so next we're going to work our increase. So 2 into that same space, and then we'll work 1 double crochet into each of the next 4 spaces. So 1, and there's 2, 3, and 4, and then our increase into our 5th. And do this one more time. So 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and 2 double crochets, or an increase into this round, or into this next stitch, into our 5th. So you have 4 double crochets in between your increases now for this round, for row 6. So go ahead and repeat this pattern around until you get to the end. I'll meet you on the other side. So now we've reached the end of our round 6. You'll have a total of 72 stitches if you're following along to make the bag. Now the one thing we're going to keep up with in this pattern, we will start each row by chaining 2, and we'll work 1 double crochet into that same chain space. We'll do that for every row. Now the reason we're going to try to keep, like I said, we're keeping up with that same seamless. You're actually going to see a little bit at the end of a difference in the pattern with this start, but it'll actually blend in very nicely. Now this is a little bit of an oddity in the pattern. It all lays out very nice at the end. So as strange as it may seem how we're doing this, what you're going to want to do, the pattern for round 7, we're going to work 1 double crochet into our next stitch, and we are going to work a single crochet into the following. Work a double crochet, and then a single into the next. A double, and then a single. You're going to do this all the way around, double, single. Do this all the way around, same pattern, double, single, double, single, double, single, till you reach the end, and then you will join to the top of this first double crochet. So the reason for our first double crochet in the same as the chain space in each round is for our join. So we've actually just started the round with 1 double crochet, then a single, then a double, then a single, then a double, then a single. Just continue that all the way around. You'll have a total at the end of 72 stitches. Go ahead and pause your video now, and I will see you at the other side.